Hello, Wolfmind here, and after what has been over a week and a half of building with me and King, we have finally completed the Disney magic. And if you've been keeping up with King's little previews he's been doing of our construction, you have already known that we finished the exterior quite a while ago, and then we finished the interior just today. So, yeah, this is just going to be a solo tour of me. I'm not sure if King and I are going to do a tour later on, or we're just going to do our own things. But, yeah. So, I'm going to get started right now. You can see we're in the front of the ship, known as the bow, for those who don't know. We got the little pool right here. I'm still not too sure what the pool was. I heard someone say that it was like for the teens or something. I think it's more of like the employee pool. Got like a little anchor right here that's sitting on there. I don't know why it's in there. It's probably like for decorative purposes. Then we got the antenna, which is sitting right here, and a good view up to the bridge. I'm gonna go down to the little tender, or our little speedboat that we're using as a tender, which offers service to Castaway Cay, which isn't built, so don't go crazy. I'm not sure. King, I think King wants to make Castaway Cay. I'm not too sure how long that will last. So right here we have the tender lobby, as I've gone through before in my previous previews, if you've seen them. So right here are rooms on deck 1. I'm probably not going to go into too much detail. This is just the medical area back here. Just not going to go into too much detail because, as you've known, I've done previews, and if you want to see all these decks in more detail, I would go and look at those previews. Right here is deck 2. These are all rooms. I don't really need to go into detail, as I keep saying detail a lot. So right here is the rooms, which I've shown before. Simple as that. Don't worry about the beds. I can't world edit beds. Well, at least the real beds I can't world edit in this angle. So I use the wool, so yeah, not a big deal. You don't need to go crazy over it. So we're going to head up to deck 2 now. This is where all the entertainment decks begin. So right here is deck 3, as I said before. Right here is I didn't put a sign on this side, but I'll go over here. So this one right here is Sessions, and the one on the other side is Diversions, and this is known as Beat Street. Diversions is over here, and Sessions is over here. Pretty simple. Just going to head down now. And right here is the Rockin' Bar Gee, or on the Wonder, it's called something else, I can't remember. But basically a little rock kind of bands would play here, music and stuff. Little chairs, kind of fun stuff. King threw this together while I laid out the room. I just put in the walls and then King came in and filled it. So right now we're heading towards the main lobby, or the Atrium. And this is where you usually get on when you're at the terminal in Florida. Right there. It's closed, but that's where you would get in. At least that's what the floor plan says. Right here is shore excursions. And then over here we got guest services. And very nice atrium. Of course, King and I did a lot of fighting on what to do, because we were going from like stone slabs here, but eventually settled on sandstone. And then all the wood colors, just because I saw it as one color and you saw it as another color, so we're pretty much fighting over that. Now we finally figured out to settle with this. So right here is Limeries. It's a type of little cafe restaurant place, and then back that way is the kitchen. We'll go into that. But over here is the Pomerade Lounge, which is basically just a little lounge with the bar. And then over next is the Internet Cafe, little laptops and everything. And then back this way is the Parrot Cay restaurant, which I think we didn't do as good as we did in this room. Just basically we just did checkerboard walls and tables, not too much detail in that. So if I would redo this, but I don't feel like it. So that pretty much concludes deck 3. Now we're going to head up to deck 4, which is even more entertainment stuff. So right here we have the Animator's Palette. I believe there were supposed to be pictures here, but they disappeared for some reason. Oh well. Here's the Animator's Palette. And we did it in black and white just because I think it looks better in black and white than color. Plus, when it's in color, there's so much detail. You can't fit it all in. And that's why it's pretty simple looking, because we cannot do the amount of detail. Like, seriously, if you've seen this thing in real life, it is not easy to recreate in Minecraft. So the next is the Studio C, which is right here. And this is what King and I did while we were in a live stream. So we did our first live stream 2 days ago, and I think we're gonna probably do another one here pretty soon. And so yeah, that's why we want you to like follow our Twitters, and we'll like, because it's a lot more easier to tweet it out than to make a video and tell you the thing. But I might do like little 5-second videos saying, hey, we're streaming, and then take it down when we're done. Who knows? That's why it's always good to follow us on Twitter. I know that quite a few of you are following already. So right here is Studio C, which is kind of like Rockin' D-Bar, only it's more Hollywood themed. And we've got like a little stage here and everything. And a bar in this corner, and plenty of seats all around. And King didn't want to do this, so I did the main design. Because it's mostly just iron. These are like little movie reels, is what they're supposed to be. And then you got the black walls with pictures. So that concludes that. Up next is, I believe... Actually, I'm not too sure what's next. We'll find out. Oh, that's right. We got the 2 shops. King was too lazy to do the duty-free shop, so we just put closed on it. And then this is the Mickey's Made retail shop, which, in my opinion, is pretty plain. Of course, he said, oh, because we were in a call, and he's like, King's like, oh, it has detail. Look at this curvy shelf. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So, back this way is the Walt Disney Theater. Right here is a little lounge area for waiting and stuff. People would hang out here. And right here we have the stairwell. And over here is the Walt Disney Theater. And when I built this, since King did not want to touch this, I built it and I included working lights. So you could turn them off and then turn them on. Pretty nice detail. And plus, when I turn off the lights, it gets pretty dark in here, which basically mimics a real theater. So nothing backstage, just back that way is in the inner guts of the bow. And this is just the stage, as I said before. I'm lagging a little bit right here. So I'm going to head back over here. And we're going to head up to deck 5 now, which is the last of the entertainment decks. So we got some rooms up in the front. Over here is the access to the bow, which is where we once were. And we're going to head over here now. So, yeah, we're heading back this way. So alongside me right here is the Oceaneers Club. And I know there's an Oceaneers Lab and Oceaneers Club, but the problem was that in the beginning when we laid out our elevators, we weren't too sure where to put them. And we put them all in the wrong spots. So the front elevator, I relocated it because I was able to. All the other ones, it was already too late. So we only had room for the Oceaneers Club, and I kind of mixed the two together. And back that way, I put the Buena Vista Theater because it could only fit right there. It couldn't fit the Oceaneers Lab. So right here is the front writing area where you would like drop off your kid. And I put a sign that says kids only. Right here is a little like girls' room. It was kind of like a My Little Mermaid theme is what I would go with for this room. I was just looking at pictures and saw the room. I'm like, okay, we'll do it that theme. This is supposed to be a Toy Story themed room. I didn't put too much effort into it. Right here is like a little stage for performances and whatever's to keep the little kids entertained. So right here we have a little ocean kind of room. Got a submarine right here with coral. Kind of like a little coral backdrop I put in, and with some underwater ruins. You got like a little TV right here, because most of the rooms have TVs in them. And finally, right here is kind of like a nature-y themed room. I would go with like a Tinkerbell kind of thing in here. That's just basically going through thinking of themes to do and throw in. This is just an empty room. I wasn't sure what to do with it. Right now I know that King is filling it in as we speak because he's on the server. Right now I'm in single player on the actual world save. So that concludes that. Now we're going to head back into the Atrium, which is the top of the Atrium. You got the little chandelier and everything, if you didn't notice that yet. And then right here is the Buena Vista Theater. Now, I know that in real life, the theater dips down into Deck 4, but since the Studio C is right below this, it didn't work, so this is more like a conference room than anything. But it still turned out great, which is the bottom line. As long as it looks authentic, it's all good. So back this way is more rooms, and it eventually leads into the back of the boat, which I won't go that way. So Deck 6, Deck 7, and Deck 8 are all rooms as well, and I don't need to go through these in much detail. I know that I need to go to the front of Deck 8 because that's where the bridge is. And then up above me is Deck 9 and Deck 10, and that's where all the real fun begins, and we'll get to that in just a bit. So up this way, you can see the door straight in front of me, and that is the bridge. King filled this in, because I was gone most of the day doing some stuff. So he came in and just filled in things, put like little levers and redstone and all kinds of fun stuff. Used the new trip wires as kind of like a lever thing. Then we got the chairs here. I don't know why you made the chair so tall, but still looks good. Plus you get a good view, which is what you need when you're driving a ship of this size. Then out here is the little side things for docking, so that the captain can see when he's parking the boat. So I'm going to head up to Deck 9 now, and this is what I was talking about with the stairwells and elevator shaft. This one dead ends at Deck 8, and what you need to do is to come around this corner and head back to this, which is where the elevator is supposed to be on the real ship, because it was way too far forward when we were building. We found that out the hard way. So I just skipped, oh yeah, Deck 9. Getting lost in my own ship. So right here is the hair salon, which we didn't furnish. We didn't furnish the, what's this called? The treatment salon either. And over here is the spa and fitness center. And mostly in here is just massaging rooms. I didn't go into much effort on that part. But I did put treadmills and stuff over here. And this is like the little Vista path, I called it, because it's called the Vista Spa and Fitness Center, just because you have a view straight out onto the bow. So I'm going to close these doors here, since I didn't finalize the world save yet, so gotta make sure everything's all perfect for when you download it. And by the way, the download link will be in the description as always. If it's not there, just wait a minute, because right when this uploads, I am putting up the PMC page, and once that's up, I'll put the link out. So I'm gonna head back down here. Right here is the adult only pool, which is just a tiny little thing, and this is mostly the adult hangout area. And there's a bar right there, and a good view of the front smokestack, which is fake. And back this way, we have the Cove Cafe is right here, and pretty much everything on the top deck is my working. And King came along and just did little things. So here's the little cafe, not too much important. And then on the opposite side is the arcade, which I finally did an arcade on a ship, because I know on the Victory I just skipped it. So it looks like King threw in a couch right here, and then he fixed the pool table because I used grass, and he did not like the fact that I used grass. So he used green wool. Doesn't really make a big difference. And then over here is the Goofy's pool, is what I believe it is. It's kind of like a little party area. We have like a stage right here and a big jumbotron. This is where you would have movies playing, Disney movies, of course. I don't know why I said of course like that. It's supposed to be of course. I always find it hard to pronounce words sometimes, as you might have noticed. So that concludes that pool. I put, people are wondering what this is, and in the bottom of the real pool is like a Goofy in a swimming costume. Of course, he's all sideways and everything. It looks like he's swimming. I couldn't really recreate that, so I just put him standing up at the bottom of the pool. People think it's creepy, but I think it looks fine. So right here is the Pinocchio's Pizzeria, which I threw in. Made it kind of pizzeria themed with the big oven in the back. and everything. And then finally, we have the final pool, which has the water slide and everything. This is I think it's called the Mickey's pool because it has Mickey as like the pool shape. And then I made a working slide, which I know that many of you were like, make the slide work, you gotta make the slide work. Of course, the slide is a little bit overscaled, but just because you wanted it to work, I had to do that. And it works great. In fact, we'll ride it right now because this stairwell goes straight up to it. Doesn't go really fast, of course, because it's water current is slow. But there you go, it works. And I've proven that in this video. So yeah, that's it with the pool. This is the Pluto Doghouse snack bar, which I didn't put any detail on the inside, just because I didn't feel like it. Right here is the topsider buffet, which turned out pretty nice. I put the ore in just to make it look like it's food. To me, it looks like it could be like food. And then we got the little kitchen right here, and then another buffet on the other side. And back this way is to the back of the ship. You got all these chairs around, and then the stairs that go up to deck 10. In fact, I think I'll go there now because I am all done with this deck. So we're gonna go up these stairs here, which it's almost. Oh no, it is possible. Never mind. I was about to say, is this impossible to get to? But it's not. So right here, as I lag a little bit, is deck 10, which is pretty much the final deck of the ship. Right here is called the Palo, which to me is a very high horse adult bar kind of thing. That's because I was looking at pictures, it looked very high horse. And if you don't know what high horse means, it's kind of like very ritzy kind of thing. At least to me, I call high horse when I refer to some person who's like rich and has like fancy things. Make sure I close the doors over here, which I didn't. Like to keep the doors closed. Of course, other people don't. Right here is Smokestack 2, which is the real smokestack that actually puts out exhaust. And the one right here is the fake decoy, kind of like the dummy smokestack for decorative purposes. And finally, pretty much the last thing is the stack. And if you don't know what the stack is, it's a teens club place where teens can hang out. And King wanted to do this, and of course he failed miserably. And then, because he didn't look at the picture before he started, and when he looked at the picture, he's like, oh wow, this is totally different than I thought. So I came in this morning and did it to pretty much what it looks like, and it turned out great. I really like how it looks. So that's it with that. And finally, we have the front part, which is where the Wide World Sports is, and the mini golf course, which is part of that. So right here, I believe this is like a badminton / tennis court / volleyball, and this is basketball. And then we have the mini golf course, which you can't really put much detail in it, but I put the flag sticks and the green as the course. And then we got this big windshield, which kind of looks cool because on the real ship it looks like a crown. I don't know, to me it looks like a crown. And then in here and back over here is just a simple little kind of like a lounging area where you can just sit and look out. So I think that's all I have to cover on this tour. I don't think I've missed anything. I know that it's pretty much gray area under that smokestack, so that pretty much concludes it all. So I'm going to give you a little fly over here and give you a good view of what this ship looks like. And it's pretty beautiful. I'll put it in a picture of the render we did of it, and it looks pretty darn nice, if I do say so myself. And if you didn't know, I did all the exterior work while King did most of the interior work, although that failed miserably and I ended up doing a good amount of the interior as well, since he hits this so-called dirt block and he like loses motivation to build, and then it comes back later on, which it has, since he's building a lot more now. So as you can see, very beautiful ship, which it is in real life. That's as I go pretty quiet here flying around. So yeah, that's all that is going on with this tour. Oh, forgot one thing. Hold on. I'm already concluding this when it's not all done. As you've known in the past, my many cruise ships have had, like, just a basic hull, and they haven't had props or anything. But in this cruise ship, I put in props, rudders, and everything, and in even the engine room, which was in the Renata. So the engine room, if I can get over there, is back this way and inside the hull. And I did not make... Oh, there is a way to get to it. If you go to the front elevator at deck 1 and go down, you'll find it immediately. So, oh, it's right, I don't have world edit. I'm sitting here thinking I can get in. Well, I'm just going to break a hole real quick. Don't worry, don't freak out. I'll fix it. Oh god, it's flooding. Alright. We had a small little flood in the ship, but it's now patched. So right here you can see in front of me is the engine room, which is pretty expansive compared to the Renata. Since the Renata had to be all squished because I didn't make a hull, and I know you're all over me on that. But this one I did make a hull, so you won't have to be too mad. So these are the main engines right here. And these are what is providing the power to move the ship. And over here we have big oil drums, and inside this is the big water tank and all kinds of fun stuff. And through this wall is just emptiness. It's just an empty hull. So yeah, that's all I have to say on this. And go check out my channel if you want to see the other previews of when I was building the ship. Go check out King's channel because he did a lot more previews than I did, since I was busy with things this week. And I'd like to thank you for watching. Check out my Twitter, check out King's Twitter because we'll be putting out our live streams. Check out the Planet Minecraft page where you can download it, and that'll be in the description. If I didn't already mention this, was built on the Operation Infinite Ocean server. And if you don't know what that is, I'll put the forum page in the description, and you can click on that. So yeah, I'd like to thank you for watching. My name is Chris, also known as Wolfmind, and goodbye.